The era of old Flash animation spanned from the mid-1990s to the early 2010s. This period preceded HTML5 as the primary web animation technology. Adobe Flash, originating as Future Splash and later Macromedia Flash, became the platform for web animation. Defined by vector graphics, the Flash Player plugin, and a timeline interface, this era shaped the internet's culture. By the mid-2000s, the Flash Player was installed on over 90% of internet-connected computers. Flash began with Future Wave's Smart Sketch in 1993, a vector drawing application. Its adaptation for the internet led to Future Splash Animator in 1995, which incorporated frame-by-frame animation. Macromedia acquired Future Wave in 1996, rebranding the software as Macromedia Flash 1.0. The offering consisted of the Flash Editor and the Flash Player plugin. Free distribution of the plugin enabled adoption with support from Microsoft and Disney Online. Animation techniques included frame-by-frame animation, tweening, and cutout animation. Motion tweening allowed a ball to move across the screen, while shape tweening morphed a circle into a square. Cutout animation involved creating characters with separate movable limbs, allowing animation of walking or gesturing. Vector graphics were important, providing the file size and scalability. ActionScript, introduced in 2000, added interactivity. ActionScript allowed creation of interactive experiences like quizzes, games, and websites. This transformed web content from pages to environments. The late 1990s and early 2000s marked Flash's peak. Plugin installation provided an audience. Platforms like Newgrounds hosted creators. Series such as Happy Tree Friends, created by Aubrey Ancrum, Rode Montijo, and Ken Navarro. Salad Fingers, created by David Firth, and ASDF Movie, created by Tom Scott, gained popularity. These series influenced internet culture through humor, horror, or absurdity. Flash also became synonymous with gaming, leading to genres like horror and puzzle games. Technical limitations affected the visual output. Bandwidth constraints limited file size, animation, and cutouts. Processing limitations impacted images and shading. Technical constraints influenced vector graphics, movement, lip sync, and transitions. Mobile devices and security issues led to Flash's decline. Apple did not support Flash on iOS. Security flaws and performance issues affected the Flash Player. HTML5 offered an alternative. Adobe ended Flash support in 2020. The rise of mobile devices, which did not support Flash, was a factor in its decline. Flash left a legacy on internet culture and animation. The announcement of Flash's discontinuation sparked interest in preserving its history. Communities rallied to archive and emulate Flash content. Preservation efforts include the Internet Archive's Ruffle Project and Blue Maxima's Flashpoint, which preserve Flash content.
Animated cat gifs to Skibidi Toilet, animation has been integrated into the web from the beginning. It has evolved from niche films and silly cartoons to a medium that has no limits. Animation expresses humor, storytelling, connection, and experimental fluid animation that plays with motion and color like never before. Back in 2015, YouTube was the go-to platform for animators. Creators like Domix and JaidenAnimations mastered the storytime genre, simple visuals paired with relatable stories.
Absolutely allergic to cats. My best friend had like 3 of the things, and every time I would hang out or sleep over at her house, I would be a sneezy, watery-eyed, snotty mess. Can I have some water?
Today, short-form content platforms have changed how we view media. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels have made it so that we can view animation without searching for them. Animators create fast, looping content designed to grab your attention in seconds. This bridge from relying on studios to the abundance of independent animators that we see online was made possible due to the widely available softwares. digital softwares have made complex animations more accessible than ever. New animation softwares have played a major role in this evolution. Procreate Dreams, Blender, Toon Boom Harmony, Adobe Animate are a few to name. These programs offer powerful features for visual effects, rigging, frame-by-frame animation, allowing independent creators to give life to their ideas with the resources of a full studio on their devices. Crowdfunding platforms such as Patreon, Ko-fi have made it possible for people to earn while doing what they love at home. Animators often explore topics that resonate with specific fandoms, such as fan animations inspired by popular series, One Piece, Arcane, Jujutsu Kaisen, and many more. These fan-made projects celebrate key moments, reimagine scenes, or expand on character arcs that haven't been animated by the studio yet. Fandoms fuel animation trends with fan animations, animatics, and parody content that foster deeper connections within communities and keep relevance or stories alive between official releases. Aside from pleasing the algorithm gods on 30-second clips, animation short films that are surreal and experimental thrive on the internet. They have the ability to transport us into another reality where you don't know the story or what's about to happen, but that's part of the journey. Beyond's experimental, sketchy animations are so dystopian that it makes you question reality. A lot more artists are rejecting a linear Pixar plot, and it leads to the captivating animation that you see online now.
This whole thing is some kind of conspiracy. It's just like you said, I'm gonna get arrested.
Just calm down. I said I owe you one, so I'll help you.
Really?
With the emergence of websites like YouTube and the spread of online animation, the early 2000s were a turning point in the development of internet culture. New creative channels were made available to people and communities that wanted to share their work with a worldwide audience as the internet became more widely available. Launched in 2005, YouTube swiftly emerged as the focal point of this digital renaissance by providing a platform for experimental works, animated shorts, and series. Flash, a program that enabled both professional and amateur producers to create high-quality animations without the extreme expenses of traditional media production, helped internet-based animations grow at the same time. The shows that hold nostalgia that made us laugh and cry often had similar plots. With action-oriented scenarios and character-driven developments, these animations often catered to a younger audience. That being said, some negative effects were prone to children, like reduced attention spans or obsessive attention spans. Recently, a number of bizarre animations started popping up on the internet. Brain rot uses repetition, overstimulating visuals, and unsettling content to grasp the viewer's attention. This is why the innovative animations today can be used to dispel surreal and unmeaningful media that revolves around brain rot. With supervision, YouTube can be a place of magical animations. Online animation has changed significantly from the early days of Flash cartoons to the evolved 3D and AI-powered tools of today. A new generation of creators has been empowered by technology, which has made it easier to produce and distribute animated entertainment. Slowly, channels and creators are being recognized for their work, and this exposure helps animators get their work seen by people who may never have encountered it otherwise. Modern-day animations like Pixar films and Studio Ghibli's later works, and even the rise of anime in the West, prioritize character-driven stories, but most creators don't have the time, reputation, or money to work in bigger productions. With modern animations on the internet, they have the technicality down so that when somebody comes across this 2-minute animation, for example, most of the time it has the same experience and elements, leaving their audience wanting more. Some up-and-coming internet animators that may be influenced by this type of storytelling can include Asnarek on TikTok and Ming on TikTok. Both creators use focused plots with story arcs that are usually straightforward to ensure there's no confusion or unnecessary complexity in the brief time frame. The importance of narrative has remained with a short amount of time. From the early days of simple Flash-based animations on websites like Newgrounds to the highly polished, interactive, and diverse animations seen on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and independent streaming sites, the landscape of online animation has evolved dramatically.